What's going on, guys? It's Paige, and welcome to day number 4 of the Alfred automation training. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You're sitting on Messenger for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day, talking to all your new friends, but no matter what you say or how you approach the conversation, it just doesn't seem like anyone's interested. You've pitched your offer to a few people, but they really just don't care, and they end up ghosting you. 9 out of 10 times, the problem is that you're not adding highly targeted friends in the first place. A lot of people just scroll through member sections of groups or add random people from their suggested friends because it saves them some time up front, just to find out in the back end, talking to people, it costs them 10 times more time. So that kind of brings us into Alfred's Friend Finder and Comment Extractor. I'm going to show you how to use these tools so you can basically siphon through thousands of people per day and only end up adding a handful of people that are actually very targeted, who have interest in what you're doing, and who will give you a really good likelihood of them buying from you. So let's just jump right on into it and go over to Alfred's Friend Finder first. So first, let's go over to the settings within the Friend Finder right here. And the first thing we're going to want to do is sync our groups. This should only take about a minute. And once they're synced, it's time for us to start adding keywords. So these keywords are the words that Alfred will search through groups for and pull these people out for you. So an important pattern I want us to pay attention to is that in the member section of groups, just how these words are phrased. So this person, capital W for works, capital S for self-employed, capital E for employed, and these words are case sensitive. So let's say you used a lowercase w, it would not pick her up. So we want to make sure we're basically adding keywords exactly as you would find them inside of groups, and then things for like Georgia, capital G. And that brings me to another point, is that you can use Alfred's Friend Finder to target people based on geographic location, but I don't think this is the best use for this, because if you do it this way, you're going to have to put in like every single state, major cities, things like that. And I just think targeting people based on what they do and their interest is a better way of finding them than based on their location. So once you do that, it's time to figure out how many people we want Alfred to search for. Generally, I would say add no more than 5% of the total number of people in the group. So let's say a group has 1,000 people in it, only have him look for 50 people, and never go over 400 people for the time being. It gets really slow at that point and will take a very long time. So once you have all your parameters in, go on over, and this is a previous search I did before, so I'll clear it just to show you that it works. So go over to whatever group you want. So let's do Easy One-Up Company. Cool. Start scanning. And this is very, very quick. You can usually get like 200 to 300 people almost instantly. And right up here it says count. It's telling you how many people it's already found. So even with my screen recorder going and slowing this down like crazy, you can see how quick this is. So boom, it's all done, all set, and just got to go back over to Alfred, and here are the people it found. So from here, I would suggest you don't just flip over and start adding these people. You can if you want, but that's not going to help you find highly targeted friends. The next step of this process is to scroll through here and look at these people a little bit more in detail. So we have the details, and we have Jim right here. He's self-employed, so let's look at Jim. Scroll down, we have Jacob. He's a business owner. Let's look at him. Then we'll look at, well, maybe not Chris. It says he's a mechanic, so he probably owns his own mechanic shop, so probably not a highly targeted friend for us. And then we'll look at Stanley. So we want to be even more methodical than just looking for people based on keywords. So right here, we'll check out his profile, we'll see when he posted last, and we'll try to look at what country he is from. Because if we're doing high ticket, the country they're from has a large impact on whether or not they can actually afford your offer. So we have it, Jacob. He posted a couple of days ago, and it's pretty clear that he is in the make money online space or affiliate marketing. And it doesn't say where he is, but it looks like he's a good ad besides that, so I would add him. As you can see, I'm already friends with him actually at the moment. Alfred's friend finder just adds anyone from a group. It doesn't necessarily matter if you're already friends with them or not, so there might be a little bit of overlap. This is something I'm currently working on fixing, so hopefully it will only be people you're not friends with very, very shortly. But for now, that's how it is. Also, another little rule of thumb I like to follow, if I can tell on their picture they're an entirely different culture than I am, I generally don't add them. And this isn't because I'm being mean or culturally insensitive. It's because it is easier to relate to people who are similar to you. I can have a conversation much more easily with someone who is also from the United States, similar to me, than someone who lives in India or Russia. That's just how it is, and if you kind of try to focus on people who are similar to you, you're going to have a lot better time when it does come time to actually talk to them. So that is the friend finder and how that works. Now we're going to jump on over to the comment extractor. So the comment extractor works a little bit differently in the fact that it actually works through Facebook. And I went ahead and just picked out a post as an example of something you should be using the comment extractor on. So this is a post inside a group, and it says, I've been testing my new conversion code framework that lets you turn cold conversations into highly qualified sales opportunities without spending hours per day on Facebook. Do you want to see it? So clearly this is a bait post. He created this framework and he's basically offering it to people if they talk to him, and then he's going to try to sell them on something. So what can we infer about the people who threw their hand up on this, who said, yes, I want to see this? Well, we can assume that they're probably not making a lot of sales on Facebook if they want someone else's sales framework, and that they probably need help with that. So go on over underneath his name and click on the date right here. So now that we do this, we'll have this little scrape button appear right here. And this is going to go through and it is going to scrape everyone's comment from this post and basically import it into the comment extractor. So all the people who threw their hand up and said, hey, I need your sales framework, I need help closing sales on Facebook, is now going to be imported into this. And these people are very highly targeted and are people that you want to look a little bit further at as well. So for sure, yes, please, yes, 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 yes. So yeah, these are just really specific people, and they're good people to talk to because you know they're doing what you're doing, you know they're struggling, and they're a good person to reach out to that you can potentially help. So there's nothing here at the moment. As you can see, you just have to click off of the comment extractor and then go back into it, and boom, they're all here. All these people would be super good people for me to talk to, all 42 of them. But before you add these, once again, follow the framework before. Look at their profile, see when they posted last, look and make sure they're inside your niche, and then make sure they're from a tier 1 country if you're doing high ticket, ideally. But you have your own criteria, that's just mine. Feel free to do whatever you want. So now that you know how to use both of these tools, you can really effectively siphon through thousands of people per day and only add the most highly targeted people to your friends list, which will basically make sure you're not sitting there wasting your time talking to people on Messenger, and it ensures that you're going to be creating a highly targeted friends list full of very active people, which will once again in turn increase your engagement. So now that you're armed with both of these, click on the link below and go and share with the group how you're using the common extractor and some of your favorite target groups that you've found. If you're not sure what I mean by target groups, there's also a link below this video that will explain those to you and show you exactly how to find them. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.